Hi guys, I'm Jim and this is Jim's Fix-It Shop, and today you can help me clean this mess up. I'm trying to clean up my shop and get rid of some of these parts that I've got from taking apart the 3 machines that I had. Typically when I rebuild somebody's machine, they get their used parts back and they can do what they want with them. These are extra parts from my 33 inch and my 28 inch, and basically they're all the same. These parts, there's a bunch on the bench. You can only see a small portion of them. If any of these parts you need, you can have them. Just pay the shipping. I have a brake cable for a 28 inch machine. Them are different between a 28 and a 30 and a 33. They're about 3 inches longer on the bigger machines. These are shorter. I have one of them. That would fit in a $7 postal shipping box. What else? I've got a bunch of boots, older boots. They don't have any rips or holes in them, but the shipping on these are probably going to cost you more than what you can buy them brand new from Parts Tree, because their shipping is a lot lower than what these would be in the postal boxes. I have a clutch disc assembly. Now this is patterned after, I made this. This is patterned after the old Comet clutches. They did not have a soft start. These were solid. The clutch disc, that's why when you get these clutch discs, they have holes in them. That's because the old ones were bolted to a solid disc of steel. Now if your machine has that goofy little brake lever like this, there's no room for it in here. The Comets had the brake on the outside of the chain case. So I've got one of these. That would fit in a $7 box. And the clutch discs don't look too bad. What else we got? We got a worn out yoke, but the spring is still good. The yoke spring, if you happen to need one of those, we're going to hang on to that, and we're going to get rid of this part. I have a deflector that goes over one of the rear bumpers that keeps the muffler from melting your bags. That would probably fit in one of them boxes. I'm not sure. I have 2 other covers that I believe were for deflectors for the mufflers, but I'm not really sure. It's been so long, I'm not even sure where these go. That would go into a bigger shipping box. I have 2 each of the brake pedals, or the pads that go on the pedals. One says auxiliary brake, and this says brake and clutch. I have 1 wheel flange for the differential side of the machine. Let's see what else we got here. We got the frame extension for the battery. Without this on, when you set your battery in, it can vibrate out and actually fall on the ground. I actually gave away 2 of these already. Your shift plate. This is in pretty good shape. This turns good. The spring is on there. It's not worn in too bad. And it even has a safety switch. Again, that's I'm not sure what size box this would fit in, but If you need it, you can have it. The detents aren't in too bad a shape. These two here are worn a little bit. But, you know, if yours is really bad, this is better than nothing. What else? These here are the hooks that hold up the rear of your mower deck. And I got 2 sets of them. Again, they would fit in a $7 shipping box, but I don't really know what they're worth. I'm just trying to clean house. I have a sprocket and gear assembly that goes inside of the chain case. I'm sorry, it goes inside of the differential. The gear looks good and the sprocket looks pretty good. That would fit inside of a $7 box. Couple of clamps for the tube for the mower, for the front end assembly. I have 2 of these. This is the wiring and the push button start for the machines. That's the old style that had the key. You just turn the key on, you reach down behind you and push the button to start the machine. I have 2 of these and both of them work. I took them off and hooked it in with a solenoid and a key starter. And this is the key switch for it. It just has 1 wire, and when you shut it off, it shorts out the points and kills the engine. This is a safety switch for another style of that shift detent plate that tells the machine it's in neutral so it can start. I just do away with them. What else we got? Okay, here's a chain case. And it even has the linkage on it. And this is in good shape. All the bearings look good. You can have that if you need it. This is the large sprocket and hub that goes in it. I'll give that away separate. This is a small sprocket and hub. And a couple chains. Now these chains are identical. One goes in the chain case, one goes in the differential. They made them the same size. I have a differential cover that's in real good shape. Some of them usually have wear around here, or they'll have a big slot cut in them from the chain. Oh, sorry, this cold's still kicking me, I think. But that'll have to go in a bigger box. Probably this will too, the chain case covers. The parts would fit in a smaller box, I would think, along with the chains would too. This is a brake assembly for the chain case for the older machines. This is the brake drum, and this is the brake band that goes around it. The band's in good shape. And let's see what else we got here. We've got a drive disc. That's in pretty good shape. It's not really too wavy. If somebody really needed this, I could take this to work and throw it on the lathe and flatten that back out for you and look like brand new. And it's got the key with it too. Okay, let me see. Okay, I got 2 of these clutch, they call these clutch plate assemblies. And once in a while these will get worn real bad and your mower deck will keep kicking out of gear. That's what these are. So when you shift your mower deck up and you step on that pedal, That's what locks the arm up and keeps the deck engaged. I have 2 of them. These would probably fit in that $7 box without a problem. Let's see what else we got laying here. Oh, hitch bars. This would have to go in a bigger box, and I don't even know if it'd be worth paying the shipping on them. I guess it depends how bad you want a hitch on the back of your machine. Personally, I just took them off. I've got a pulley that goes around the top of the spindle. I have a spindle that's in pretty good shape as far as it's turning, and I believe I've got all the parts here for it, including the bar for the blade. Now, what size of box that thing's going to fit into, I'm not sure. Extra idler pulley for the mower deck. Oh, let's see. This is a brake that goes on the mower deck. So when your deck kicks out, it's supposed to stop within a few seconds. That's the brake band for it, and that's in pretty good shape. I have another one here with the idler pulley still on the bracket. A lot of junk, I tell you. 2 bars that hold the mower deck onto the front of the front assembly. Why you'd ever need one of them, I don't know. Let's see what else we got down here. I got 2 covers that go over the top of the mower deck, but both of them, these corners are broke off, and that's real typical with this style. They break really easy trying to get them off. I have 2 gas tanks if you need a gas tank. This one, the cover would still work. Well, it's got a crack in it. You may want to get a new cover for it, but it probably be all right the way that is. This one, it looks like a squirrel got hungry for some reason and chewed that cover all up. But it would still seal, and as long as it's got a hole in it so air can get into this tank so the gas can run out into your engine, you're all set. And I've got a bracket here for the seat and a bracket for the gas tank that slides on the back of the seat bracket. And I actually shipped 2 of these out already. Well, 1 bracket and one of these, not 2 of each. And I've got some linkage here. I do have one of these goofy little brake pedals, or brake arms, if someone actually wants to use that. Personally, I take them off, get rid of them. Okay, I got 1 slide bracket, is what they call these, with the slide. This bolts to the back of your machine inside your rear case, and the yoke arm bolts to that slide, and when you shift when you work your clutch pedal and it works this, that just helps this thing slide up and down. Why they even have that in there, I'm not really sure, but if you need one, there it is. I believe, I don't know what that would be worth, the $7 shipping, but that's the plastic handle, the grip that goes on for lifting the mower deck on some of the older machines. That's an original piece. There are some guys out there that want all original parts, But that's one. Got a safety switch and wire harness for a mower deck. That tells the machine that your deck is not engaged and allows it to start. That's probably not worth $7. You could probably pick one of them up at a hardware store. It's a little rubber cap that goes over the positive battery terminal. I do have some extra, these are brand new, I'll have to sell these. These are bearings for your spindles. Now these are Timken bearings, and these are shielded and sealed, both. This is the style of bearing you want to put in your spindles if you're going to rebuild the spindles. I've got a couple here that they sold me and they won't take back. It's the original bearings that are in the spindles. They have one open side. Personally, I would not use these. If you want to put these in your spindle, they're yours. Just pay the shipping. I've got some linkages here. This hooks onto the shift arm, and this is the part for the reverse. This hooks to the yoke, and this spring in here, I don't know if you can hear that. That's why when you have it in reverse and you touch your clutch pedal, it always pops out of reverse. That's because they got this spring set up on that. So that's about it. Thank goodness that's all the junk I got laying around. Like I said, if you want any of this stuff outside of these bearings, the Timken ones, the other ones you can have them too, so let me know and it's yours. Help me clean up this mess. I've got a couple of these things. This is the part that goes in where your push button is to start your engine. This is kind of the brains of the entire safety switch circuits for the seat and the shifter, the mower deck. All of them tie into this thing, and I have no way of knowing if this is any good or not. No way of testing it. So you might be better off to buy a new one of them if you want to hook all that stuff back up. As you can tell, I don't use them. But that's about it. If you need any of this stuff, let me know. I'm going to start working on the front end on my machine so I can get it back on its wheels and I can start doing my, what am I going to call it? My re-engineering job on mine. I'm going to give it a little more power, and this spring, couple of months, we're going to be rolling it down the driveway, and you can you'll be able to see it run. That's all I'm going to say about it. You're going to have to just tune in and see what it's all about. It's going to be good. I kind of showed it the sketches to my wife on what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. And her only comment was, "Why would you do that?" I guess my only comment was, "Why not? I'm a guy. You got to do something." So until next time, work safe, have fun, check out your parts supply, and let me know. We'll talk to you soon.